there's some kind of interesting other things. You know, this idea of gut feelings that we have, and people that gamble always gamble on like this idea of intuition. But if you can use data to make your decisions, you're always going to make better decisions. And then finally, let's say that you have 15 versus a 9, and we're sitting around tonight after this, and you're asking me, hey, Jeff, what should I do on this? What did you say I should do? I said, oh, you should hit. If you get 6 to make 21, I'm a genius. If you get 7 to make 22 and lose, I'm a moron that they never should have made a movie or a book about. But in both cases, the decision is absolutely correct. One time you get a bad outcome, one time you get a good outcome. So the idea of decision making and separating decision from outcome is huge. And any of you guys that are sports fans or you know, any of this kind of stuff, we see this all the time in sports. You know, coaches make these decisions on 4th and 1, and if they get the 4th and 1, it's a great decision. It's gutsy. They go for it. If they don't, it's the worst decision in the world. Separating decision from outcome is really, really important idea of just becoming better at decision making. So why is blackjack beatable? Well, blackjack's the only game in the casino that's subject to something called conditional probability, meaning what you see impacts what you're going to see. We've all played roulette. The most magical thing about roulette is the sign above the roulette wheel, which shows the results of the last 20 spins. If the last 6 have been red, you should bet black, correct? No. We all know that's not true. And the same thing is true of craps, right? We all walk up to craps tables, we say, hey, how's this table been? I mean, I love to play craps. It's fun. And we all like to think like there's some magical shooter that can roll no 7s, but lots of 6s, or lots of 8s, or lots of 11s. But that's not true. Every roll of that dice is 100% independent. But if I take all 4 aces out of a deck of cards and hand you that deck of cards, what do you think the chance of you dealing yourself blackjack are? 0. There's no more aces left. So blackjack is a game with a memory. If you want to go back to the slide for a second, sorry. I got to highlight this. Blackjack is a game with a memory like an elephant. These other games don't have memories like fish. I know it's early, just seeing if you're paying attention. Okay, so what is counting cards? Counting cards is the knowledge. So as you play blackjack, you track. There was a guy actually, he was an MIT professor named Ed Thorpe, and in the 1960s, he determined that when you've seen a lot of high cards, it's bad for the player. When you've seen a lot of low cards, it's bad for the dealer. And so roughly speaking, you can track the cards as they come out. When there's a lot of high cards left in the deck, you bet more. When there's a lot of low cards left in the deck, you bet less. And that's all you're doing. You're not memorizing every card. You're just tracking the ratio of cards that you see so that you know what your odds are and your odds of winning are. So that's all it is. And if you learn to count cards perfectly, you can raise your edge against the casino to about 2%. So as you can see, like I think a lot of people have this notion that it's this magical thing that you win every time. No, it's a grind like anything else. You're just getting a little bit of edge. So you don't have to be an autistic savant to do it. You just have to practice.